Really ain't me. If I ain't told that still, I might get killed on my streets. If you pulling it up, you don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's a party, baby.
If I ain't told that still, I might get killed on my streets. If you pulling up, you don't know what I'm talking about. Send me to jail, post bail, I'ma make it out. Nigga, what you looking at? I know you ain't rooting up. All of us got knives, most of us too. That blues what? Nigga blues who? I'm going off and drawing the red, white, and blue. Who and if?
Got a little party right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Got that man Gattis out the building. Major shout outs to Mario Cristobal. I did not think he was going to do it, my man. But like I always say, I hope you prove me wrong. And you proved me wrong, big dog. You got rid of that trash Gattis. Finally. Hopefully we can get somebody in here that can score more than 19 points against, you know what I'm saying, major D1 programs. You feel what I'm saying, man? But it's a celebration. You know what I'm saying? It's a celebration. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we get somebody that knows how to utilize the talent that's on the roster. They can make adjustments. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fun time right now. I'm happy. I'm excited, dog. I am so excited. You feel what I'm saying? We got, yeah, everybody know how I felt about Gattis and Punch. He got rid of both of them gone. Both are gone, people. You are hearing that right. Both are gone. What's up, Stunner Boy? What's up, Bird? What up? Yeah. Fire Rain. What's happening? Hey, man, trusting the process, man. But hopefully it don't take 4 months to hire the next OC. But we have been seeing, you know what I'm saying, quotes and things of that nature that, you know, hopefully we got the OC that's going to be hired next week. Hopefully that is true, so we can get them in before the spring ball and, you know, give them a time to get acclimated to the talent. And we maybe can sneak some guys in here before the early Saturday. I mean, before the actual signing day next week. You feel what I'm saying? Jason Gathers. Oh, is he a head coach? Is he a receiver coach anywhere else? Is he coaching right now? I don't know anything about him. What's good, Daryl? Cristobal had to get rid of oral frontage, a.k.a. Exactly. Gattis had like 10 yards in the first half against Clemson. Everybody in the chat right now could scheme 10 yards. That is true, man. But the thing is now, where do we go from here? Now that, you know what I'm saying, Mario got rid of him, you know what I'm saying, where do we go from here? I see a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, throwing out a lot of names. Some people want to go the NFL route. You know what I'm saying? It's not really, I mean, everybody entitled to their own opinion. Me personally, if I'm Mario Cristobal, I am going after Dan Mullen. And I will, you know what I'm saying, either Dan Mullen will be my number one choice or I would go with James Coley. Maybe people may not agree with the James Coley one, but he had a really good offense here at Miami and he can recruit. You feel what I'm saying? And we, you know, so y'all already know my stance on those two, man. But you really can't go wrong with us. A lot of good guys that's still on the market that can develop QBs. Like I said, you got Scott Frost out there. It didn't work out in Nebraska, but he does know how to put together a pretty good offense that runs the ball really good, really well. You got it's a lot of names being thrown out there. Any suggestions? Arroyo. I don't know how I feel about Arroyo, man. Me personally, I don't think his offense was that prolific at Oregon when he was with Mario. You feel what I'm saying? They wasn't spectacular, his offenses. So I'm really not sold on that one. You feel what I'm saying? Leonard Hakinson. Is what is he coaching? What he coaching at Bird? Is he coaching right now? My number one target for the wide receiver coach, if we don't make him the OC, would be James Coley. Just for the sole fact that he can find talent and he can coach. You feel what I'm saying? So if they don't go that route, I would love to get Kevin Beard back in the building. That kid right there worked wonders with our receivers when he was at the University of Miami. But it's like I said, you can go to the NFL rankings and get you a good wide receiver coach as well that can potentially, you know what I'm saying, transition to that OC role. Pipe down. Hold on. Mullen has been known to be lacking in recruit. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I understand that, but that's why you surround him with guys that can recruit. You feel what I'm saying? So, and we know Mario is one of the top recruiters. So I don't think that would be an issue under Mario. You don't have to force Mullins. His offense kind of recruits itself, if you want to be real. He can just turn on the film and tell a kid, hey, you remember that guy Percy Harvin? This is what I did with him. You remember this guy Skinner? Not Skinner, but I forgot the damn tight end and he got drafted by the Falcons. Look at him. He got with each position, he can show a recruit, hey, this is how I can utilize you. You feel what I'm saying? He's known for running the ball. He has a good running attack. He can scheme plays open. He you know what I'm saying? He gets multiple receivers the ball. You feel what I'm saying? He makes great in-game adjustments. And that's what we need at the University of Miami right now. And I just posted something not too long ago, about a few hours ago, about Kevin Smith. Me personally, I would get rid of Kevin Smith as the running back coach. I would pretty much clean house. Only one I may think about keeping is Field, because the tight ends produce pretty good. I'm willing to give Mirabal one more year to see what he does with this new offensive lineman. But I still want them arms and that leg cut off, like you promised. I still want to see some blood on the ground with that. So he's on a really, really short leash with me as far as Mirabal, but we got a lot of production at the tight end position this past season, so I'm okay with keeping Fields. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I would get rid of Kevin Smith. I think it's some more quality running back coaches out there. Me personally, I would love to have Hickson back. I think he should have been kept from the jump because, like I've stated before, he did a very good job of preparing the first, second, third, and fourth string running backs when our top guys went down in 2021. I'm a big fan of Hickson, man. I didn't think that the running back showed that much under Kevin Smith. You know what I'm saying? Rooster didn't, and that was my guy. I think he kind of regressed. You know what I'm saying? Paris did good, but I think he could have been a lot better. I think we didn't take a lot of heat off the quarterback far as in the blocking scheme, far as them picking up blocks. In the year prior, they did a really good job at protecting the quarterback, and that's a key thing for a running back. T. Martin. Hey, iPhone man, bro. That is a good name. T. Martin. T. Martin did really well at USC. I wouldn't be upset at all with T. Martin being the OC. I definitely would not. And he's a good recruiter. I would not be upset at all with him. Reggie Wayne, I don't think he would leave a pro job with the Colts where he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he made the Hall of Fame yet, but he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I don't think he would leave that job to come to the University of Miami. You know what I'm saying? I think he's more respected at the Colts as far as that coaching staff because he, you know what I'm saying? So if he does it, because I think they just got a new head coach at the Colts. If they don't get rid of him, I can see him coming to the U. But if they retain, you know what I'm saying, say, hey, if you want to stay as the receiver coach, you can. I don't think he would leave. He would be a fool to leave the coach to come to the University of Miami. What's up, John? Hankerson, coach on Washington Commanders. Oh, okay. Well, shit, I'm all for it if he wants to come back, but it's hard to, you know what I'm saying? Like you trying to get NFL guys to come to the college rankings, you know what I'm saying, for the same position is kind of hard because they don't have to recruit. They can just go after the guys that they like. As far as like they have no choice but to come to them, if that makes sense. You feel what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna be it has to be worth the while. We're gonna have to make it worth their while, you know what I'm saying, to kind of get those guys back in the fold that, you know what I'm saying, if they're not fired or anything like that. But I would not be opposed to Reggie Wayne nor Hankerson coming back because both of them was really good receivers at the University of Miami. So I'm not opposed to either guy. Oh yeah, gotta snatch Hank up from them. Shaw, what up, big dog? What's happening? Groove, I meant to say Kevin Beard. Okay. Pitts, yeah, Kyle Pitts. That's his name, Kyle Pitts. Burst, let's see, Kevin Smith, straight Groove. I just don't think the running backs look good under him, man. Like under Brown, they look good. Under, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, Hickson, they look good, man. They just seem like the running back. I feel like every position took a step back besides the tight ends last year. Me personally. You know what I'm saying? And our OC was the wide receivers coach, and so he's out. Kevin Smith track record good too. I guess it's just a personal preference. I'm not. I was a fan of him early on. I was okay with it, but me just analyzing the position, I don't think they progressed to look good. The next hire needs to have a QB position in mind. Have the QB. Yes. I think Mario needs to let the new OC hire his guys, man. I understand if you want to keep, you know what I'm saying, Mirabal, that's your guy, and fail, but you got to let him bring some pieces that can, you know what I'm saying, that can translate his offense to the players. And I think that was the biggest mix-up this year. We had too many Chiefs and not enough Indians. You feel what I'm saying? And then plus these guys never worked together before, a lot of them. So I think that falls on Mario. He made an error in hiring some of these coaches. It was an all-star cast, but football is really continuity, and a lot of guys didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, every coach makes mistakes and hires, and he proved me wrong. He dropped his nuts and he got rid of them. You know what I'm saying? So that lets you know that he's not as stubborn as I thought he was. You feel what I'm saying? But shout outs to him proving me wrong. Hopefully he can prove me wrong some more and win some fucking games next year. You feel what I'm saying? So now, Coach Steele, y'all ass on the chop, y'all ass in the hot seat up with me. Next year, we got a new OC. So I want to see better production from the defensive side of the ball. I'm going to be calling for you to be back in the job market with Gattis and Ponce. And hopefully Kevin Smith. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, it's a great day. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm happy right now. I can say that I am excited that they got rid of his ass. You feel what I'm saying? But now we back in the search. Who we gonna get? Now that's the new topic for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Who is the Miami next OC? So that's gonna be the topic with everybody. The whole offense scheme never benefit our guys. I agree. And I just got and shout out to my guy Ro from New Orleans. He called me. We chopped it up for about 20 minutes. You know, he has his guys that he wanted as far as he wanted to get somebody from the NFL ranks. You feel what I'm saying? I just think that run the ball first mentality won't win us a championship. That's not our style of ball. You feel what I'm saying? We need to be a spread. I'm not saying air raid. I'm saying spread far as with those type of concepts, getting the ball out quick with high up tempo. You feel what I'm saying? Like Chip Kelly was a spread guy, but he had multiple 1,000 yards back. You have to respect his run and his pass. That's all I want. Nobody respected our offense last year. Nobody respected our offense because we couldn't make adjustments. Nobody can make adjustments. Even with the Dan Mullen hire that I want, Dan Mullen runs the ball really well. You know what I'm saying? All his squads have been able to run the ball. He doesn't neglect the run, but he can scheme. He's a great schemer. And he runs a tempo. He has an explosive offense, and that's what we need. We don't need those long 10-second play action, those slow developing plays. That's not the way of college football no more. And you're going to get boat raced if your offense does that. Miami fans will let you know when it's time to go. Yes, we will. Get your ass on. Gattis, you got to go, my boy. I'd love to see Sid step down the analyst role instead. Only thing I'm kind of scared with, I don't like that 3-4, man. I don't like that 3-4. I'm okay with Steele right now. I don't think the defense played bad all year. I think they were just put in a lot of, you know what I'm saying, messed up positions by the offense, man. You got to think, in a lot of those games, the time of possession heavily favored the opposing team, 30 to 35 minutes. You feel what I'm saying? That's horrible. That means it was a lot of 3 and outs. You feel what I'm saying? It's a difference between you going 3 and out and not scoring, going 3 and outs and not putting up no points. Then you putting up a lot of points in the time possession is different because, like I said, the opponents are starting out at their 35 because majority of the kickoffs is not returned anymore. So they start out at a 30 opposed to us punting, You know what I'm saying? They getting the ball at the 50 or our 40 or something like that. So it's a bit of a difference when your guys are putting a lot of points in your defenses back on the field, because that means we're going score for score, or we blowing a team out. We need to chop it up about that boxing. Oh yeah, man, just hit me up. Hit my you know what I'm saying? Hit me up. I'll shoot you my number or something. We can definitely chop it up, bro. Sterling Williams, what's up? Linebackers our strongest asset now. Get them all young on the field. That's one position, bro, that you can't really get a young guy on the field for real. They gotta really be real. They have to be really intelligent and grasp your offense really fast for a freshman at the middle linebacker position to start as a freshman. I mean, personally, bro, I don't see nobody taking Corey Fagg's spot. That's just my opinion. A lot of people think he's slow and and all that. That's not sideline to sideline is not really his forte. He's good between the tackles. You feel like he puts himself in the right position to make plays, and he's good at getting the defensive lineman lined up. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what the middle linebacker is for, to get making sure your D lineman is straight. He's pretty much the defense, the quarterback of the defense. And you need a smart guy to do that. And Corey Flagg is one of the smartest guys on the Miami Hurricanes team. A lot of people may not like it, but it's a reason why he's been playing for 3 years. He's seen the field as a freshman because he was able to put himself in position to make plays. But I think he progressed. I think he has progressed as a linebacker, and I think he was really solid last year. And his numbers showed, far as being third on the team with tackles last year. Sterling, this is one I keep forgetting this guy's name, bro. But Larry Fedor was at North Carolina, and he's good. He's another great one when it comes to throwing the ball and running the ball. You feel what I'm saying? He can put up some points through the air, and he can put some points on the ground. He has a hellified rushing attack. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Manny tried to get him before or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, I think he tried to get him before. I don't know if Mario tried to get him this past year or not either. But I would not be opposed. I would be happy with either of those names. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, bro. If we don't hire the guys that, I'm not going to be upset. I just don't want a guy that's just going to be run heavy and that hasn't showed that he can scheme some stuff open. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think that Michigan offense, that style it fits Miami. As long as we targeting our receivers and we can scheme some guys open and it's creative and innovative, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? They may go get may go get a Ryan Day protege or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though Hotline took he's the OC now, but I'm pretty sure some more young and up and comers that was under the Leach tree or that's under the Lincoln Riley tree that can, they can scheme some stuff open. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully Mario, he does his due diligence, but he doesn't take too long to get those guys in. But you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta give him his props when props do, and I always have and I always will. He made the tough decisions, and that is a trait of a good coach. You feel what I'm saying? He's showing that he has a trait of a good coach. Now it needs to translate to on-field wins. You feel what I'm saying? So hopefully with this next guy, we can see that 5 and 7 go to a 10, because next year the standard still is going to be 10 wins or bust. You know what I'm saying? It's year 2. That's when the elites of the elite coaches you see the biggest step. Young guys get lost easily, especially early in the year. Damn, my boy, shout out to my boy Dan. A lot of people don't know this is a diehard Florida guy, one of my good friends, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my guy, man. He's not one of those trolling Florida guys, man. He cool guy, man. He can talk ball. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, young guys get lost early, easily as in you're young. That's true. See ball, get ball, go ball. Yeah, get ball. I tried to hit you on Twitter, but I couldn't access the DM. You must don't follow me on Twitter. That's my Twitter right here at Storm Groove. Hit me up right now. I got my phone in my hand. Hit me up right now. Boom. Let them young boy play C-ball. I mean, that's how you get beat, though. I get that. But that's how you give up big plays. Think about this. You remember when we played LSU in 2018, and we pretty much was containing them the whole game. The game was close. I think they scored off an interception and a kick return or something like that. All right. Shaq Quarterman went out the game, and they brought the freshman in, and they broke that the longest run they had the whole game. They broke it for a touchdown. You feel what I'm saying? That's what happens when you play a true freshman. I was in favor of giving Gattis another year, but I understand letting it go. We didn't have a red zone offense. Yeah, man, the offense, you know what I'm saying? And that's one of the worst traits you can have as an OC. Was not being able to put up points in the red zone. You got to be able to score touchdowns, bro. We kicked 3 field goals against Texas A&M. We lost 9-12, bro. Think about that. We couldn't score. We couldn't go blow for blow with Middle Tennessee State last year. You feel me? Like, you really think Rhett Lashley wanted to put up multiple touchdowns against Middle Tennessee State last year? We had the same offensive guys. You feel me? And also, y'all got to think about this. Your scheme helps out your offensive lineman. You feel what I'm saying? Your scheme helps your offensive lineman. TCU's offensive linemen were not all that. Their offensive lineman was not all that, but Sonny Dykes and Garrett Riley offense helped them. They schemed things. They got the ball out quick. They moved the pocket. Things of that nature. They utilized the quarterback's strengths. And that's how they was able to go on that run. That's how they was able to come back second half and beat a lot of teams because of adjustments. I want a veteran that would stand their ground against. See, but Mario has to tamper down his ego. You feel me? You still can be the head man, but let a guy do their thing. The great coaches do it. Goddamn, Saban don't really interfere with the offensive coordinator because his forte is defense. You feel me? What's my man name? Kirby Smart. He let the offensive guy do his thing. You have to. And the ones that don't typically seems to lose. What about Rob Likens? He's another one that he had a good offense at Arizona State. He put multiple first-round receivers in the league. You feel what I'm saying? He was a great receivers coach at Miami. I'm not opposed to him. Because honestly, I think if they would have retained Manny Diaz, that's who would have been the offensive coordinator. Rob Likens would have been. And I think our offense would have still thrived. Because he was the pass game coordinator too under Rhett Lashley. Wake Forest. I like him too, man. I like him. He's one of those smart play callers. Some people don't like that slow mesh that they run, but I like it. It keeps the defense honest. And you can see the damage that they was doing against Clemson. They just didn't have the athletes to go blow for them and hold them off. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not opposed to him either, bro. It's just like I said, bro, it is so many good names out there that runs the style of offense that utilizes that South Florida talent. You feel what I'm saying? Because people saying we don't have, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get to this in a minute. All these, I ain't forgot. All these, it's the players. We don't have players and all that BS. You know what I'm saying? It ain't Gattis. It's not the coaches. So obviously it was, and Mario made the decision to let his ass go, put him back on the job market. So we need some guys that can utilize a Brashard Smith and not just talk about how he's doing good at practice, and then the next week you don't play his ass. You had the chance to keep him and Rooster in the backfield and utilize those two talents. But now these kids left because of the offense. They didn't fit that bullshit that he was trying to do. You feel what I'm saying? So now, hopefully we can get a guy that can utilize an X, that can utilize a Jacoby George, that can utilize a Brashard Smith, that can utilize a Parrish out the backfield. Or now you got a guy named a kid that's coming in as Fletcher that can do both. And also we can't forget about Chaney, a guy that can do both. You feel what I'm saying? So hopefully we get a guy in that can utilize all their weapons and still, you know what I'm saying, get everybody the ball. Because like I said, one of the guys that I want at Miami is James Coley. And if you look at some of his best years, we had 3 receivers that went over 600 yards on receiving and over 3 touchdowns. Each of them had over 3 or 4 touchdowns. We had a tight end with almost 600 yards receiving, multiple touchdowns. We had 2,000-yard backs under James Coley. 2,000 yards back. A lot of people don't know that Jeremy Yerby was a 1,000-yard back. Mark Walton was a 1,000-yard back. You feel what I'm saying? Like this is what we need. We need an OC that can utilize every position. Everybody can eat in the offense. You don't just have to run one person into the ground, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That's what we need. We need a guy that can that spaces out and get everybody the ball, because that makes you that much more harder to defend. Getting back into some of these questions. Oh, I just thought, okay, 10-4. Hell no, I don't want. Hey, Dave Warrior, why you don't want the weight OC? If you don't mind me asking. I just asked that same thing, Bird. Slow mess at receiver, freeze the linebackers. Yep. You're gonna have me on one day soon, so we can tap in. I enjoy your shit. I post the link now if you want to. Whoever want to tap in, shit, that's nothing. You already know I love to chop it up with everybody. And I'm about to post the link in the chat. So if you want to jump on, jump on. I don't care how many. I can get multiple guys on at the same time. I just post the link in the chat. So if you want to jump in and speak, that's fine too. You can leave your video off and just talk. You use your audio, that's fine. So Dan, if you want to jump in, go ahead. Don't like the run game concept are great, but Mario wants to run. If Mario is stuck in that ways, he won't win at Miami. Yo, what up? What's up, Tony? Tony. Yo. Shaw, what up, brother?
What up?
Shit, I see you on that road, man.
Oh, yeah. Groove, I just want to tap in for you a second, man. I'm here to get a load. No, about that Twitter thing, I'm following you, but it's not showing me the little envelope to send you a message. Because I was trying to DM you about that, about the little 707 thing. And it just showed a bell, like, for a notification. So I don't know if it's something that I need to change in my settings or what the deal is.
What's your Twitter?
Rashad Horn is, RASHAD HORNE.
Rashad what? What's your
Horn, HORNE.
HORNE. You don't got no I don't see you.
It could be at Maxima Boy. It could be something like it could be that. But I followed you, but
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. What's good though, man?
Hey, it's all good. It's all good.
How you feeling? How you feeling about this?
Hello.
What's up, brother?
I'm just as happy as everybody else. I'm happy that the injury excuse can no longer be used, because Mario let it be known that injuries aside, that wasn't gonna cut it.
Hold on, let me get Tony in. Can you hear me?
Hey, Black. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Black?
Yes, sir. What's up, brother?
Black, I have a question for both of you. Or Black, is there a way we can look at the coaching tree if there's any young coaches besides Kingsbury that we can look at to bring in that runs that air raid offense? Do we have the receiver talent on our roster yet to run that type of offense, or are we still far behind when it comes to receiver?
I think we have a lot of receiver talent, bro. If you really look at our roster, we got a lot of 4-star guys and high 3-star guys that were highly touted coming out of high school.
What I'm saying is, does the talent, do their skill set fit the air raid offense? Is what I'm asking.
Yes, it does.
And the tight ends we have too.
Yes, you got to think. We got Arroyo, we got Skinner. Those two guys are more passing receiver type guy. They're not blockers per se. Those guys.
And the guy that we're bringing in, Riley Williams too.
I'm not gonna put him in there. I don't ever try to depend on freshmen. You
No,
feel what
no.
I'm
What
saying?
I'm saying, does his skill set fit the air raid as a tight end, or is he more
Um,
of a traditional run heavy guy, run heavy tight end like you
I
would
think
see
he's
with?
balanced. Me personally, I think he has the potential to be balanced. You know what I'm saying? But we won't ever know until you get on the field. You feel what I'm saying?
Is there a way we can look at the candidates that run certain schemes, like I said, the air raid or like a
You
power spread or something like that?
what I would say the quickest thing you should do the thing you should do would be go back to the years that a particular coach that you want to look at their coaching tree. Just go and look at the when they was the OC or the head coach and look at the guys that they hired on that side of the ball and look at the analysts. You know what I'm saying from that specific year. That would be the best way to look at that unless you Google certain coach and say
Yeah.
coaching tree and it pull it up. You know what I'm saying?
And by chance, is TVD a perfect quarterback for that type of offense?
Yes. If you think about it, his best season was with Gattis when he was just throwing the ball. He had you got to think about this. He had 3,000 yards in 6
No,
games.
the guy from Houston. His best year was the guy from that went to coach at Houston, Brett Lashley.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about, Lashley.
You said no. You said his best years were with Gattis by accident.
Oh, yeah, that's my fault. His best game was with Lashley. My bad. His best year was with Lashley when he went 6 games and he had 3,000 yards. You feel what I'm saying? So it would put him in Heisman talks coming into this season. So yeah, I think you know what I'm saying that he fits that type of mode. Quick reads, you know what I'm saying, spread the ball out, let him, you know what I'm saying, get the ball out, up tempo. He works best in an up tempo offense. He did his most damage then.
Yeah, because when you look at his tape coming out of college, wasn't high school, wasn't his offense a pure spread, like the offense he was running at in that school in Connecticut?
Yes, sir.
Oh, hey, do you think we bring in a veteran quarterback to sit? Because I don't think Jakuri or Emery are ready yet, and I don't think Matoka's even on the roster anymore. Do we bring in a veteran quarterback from the transfer portal?
Me personally, bro, I would. Man, you make great points with that, but it also depends on who's the offensive coordinator. Because if you got a Dan Mullen, if you hire Dan Mullen, I'm okay with the depth we have because I know he can develop. He's proven multiple time again that he can develop a quarterback. Nobody thought Kyle Trask was a good quarterback until
Dan Mullen.
over. Dan Mullen took over. You feel what I'm saying? And he made him a pretty good quarterback. And you know what I'm saying? He can turn a 2-star, 3-star quarterback into a 5-star quarterback.
Okay.
And I think guy like Dakari Brown fits what he wants to do from a whole scheme standpoint. But also you got to think because he had Tim Tebow. You feel what I'm saying? And Cam Newton. But he predicates his offense towards his quarterback. So with TVD, he knows his best suit is throwing the ball and getting the ball out quick. So I think he will scheme.
Who I'm gonna say this, Jakuri. You know who Jakuri reminds me a little bit of? AR-15 without the consistent arm strength, like the consistent arm talent. That's who Jakuri reminds me of in terms of athleticism. Do you see that?
Yes, I agree with that. I can see why you would get that. But man, I appreciate you for jumping on, man. Like I said, I want to get some more guys in here, man. I appreciate you for jumping in, man. You made some very good points, man, and I don't rebut anything you said, man. Appreciate you for tapping in.
Can you imagine? But before you jump off,
let me ask you a question. Who would you want? Who would you want as the OC? Let me ask you that before we do.
Okay, I would. You know who I would actually want? I would like Dan Mullen, but the guy I would want is the guy who's at my God, he just recently got hired. My God, if he wasn't hired at After Lincoln Riley's brother. If he wasn't
Garrett Riley. That was my number one choice if he was still on the job market.
Or I like the guy who's at USC. I like the guy, the quarterback coach at USC. I forgot. He was a former quarterback that ended up. He was at Texas for a little bit. He's a former quarterback. Garrett Graham Harrell.
Graham Harrell, yeah. I like him too. Like I said,
Okay.
bro, there's so many good OCs out there, man, that can scheme some things open that come from, you know what I'm saying, great you know what I'm saying, coaching trees like the Art Browns and the Mike Leaches and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
there's not a lot of young coaches. Everybody has more. Most of the guys that we're talking about have experience. that are in. I want a younger coach that we can grow with.
Yeah,
and that's what I want, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Mario's going to look for a veteran guy. Try to get Dorsey or someone like that, or the
I don't
think
Dorsey comes to the University of Miami. I don't.
Or the guy who used to be at the OC or coach at Carolina, whatever his name was.
Joe Brady.
Yeah, Joe Brady.
Yeah,
that's what I see.
I mean, those guys, those are NFL guys, man. Those guys want to stay in the NFL.
You don't think Joe Brady comes down? You think Joe Brady fits more NFL? He's not a big recruiter.
Just from what we've known and what we heard about him, he don't really like recruiting like that.
Okay.
You feel what I'm
Have a good day, Groove.
Appreciate you, brother, man. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, man. Thank you, man, for tapping in. That's a good guy right there, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to Tony. Let's get to some of these questions. Don't like this runs concept. Run the ball. Marcus Arroyo would be OC. I think we would get Cole in some capacity too. Hey man, you know what's funny, bro? I be in Coley DM all the time, telling him to come back, man. I love Coach Coley, dog. What I like Scott Frost too, bro. I said that earlier when I first jumped on, man. I would love to have Scott Frost as the OC. Fan base love to bring former coaches and player, but they love them when they get signed. That's true. That is true, Dan. Anthony, what's up? Gattis didn't fit in a lot of places left on the field. Yes, I agree, Sterling. Rob Likens have been with for now 4 years. He will run similar offense in the familiar to the TVD. I'm sure TVD will be intrigued with that move. Plus, he's off up from the Sonny Dyke Street. That is true. Army Canes. James Coley is the best option. I don't disagree. I love James Coley, big dog. Bring him home. Day Warrior, we could have talent on most backs, 5'9". Yo, what's up? Renzo.
Yo, can you hear me?
What's up, brother?
What's up, man? I'm the one that yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. What's up? You
okay, yeah, I'm the
What's
one
going on?
I was advocating for Rob Likens.
Okay, yeah. So tell me, so why would you want Rob Likens? I'm not opposed to that. I would like that. I would not be upset if they did hire Rob Likens, but I don't think they would. But I can see why you would say that.
Made myself double actually. Can you hear me?
Bro? Yeah, I can hear you.
Now it's better. Okay, I was hearing myself double. But yeah, I was saying why Rob Likens? Just the familiarity with him and TVD. Plus what he did, as a wide receiver coach. Look what he did with Rambo and also Mike Harley. And also, the type of offense that Red Lashley ran,
first rounders he put.
Exactly, like when he was at Arizona State as well. So I think it'll be a good move. Plus, just someone that's already familiar with TVD and how he likes to run things. So I think it'll be a good move. I'm also in favor for what's his name from Texas A&M actually, the wide receiver coach
James Coley.
Yeah, that you did. Yeah, Coley actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, when I was, because I actually played at Norland High School,
Okay.
and he actually started off his career at the OC at Norland. So I actually, played 1 year with Coley as well. But that was
How was he as a coach? How was
yeah,
he
he
as a
was
coach?
real laid back dude. Yeah, I can see why. People like Brad Kaya and like Malik actually like him. I mean, he's real chill. Plus he's a younger guy as well, so I can see why they actually like him. But he would also be a good candidate that I would like as well if given the opportunity to actually come back to Miami. Plus,
Who you talking about?
he one hell of a recruiter as well.
Okay, gotcha.
So
I definitely agree, bro, man. Like I said, man, I'm ecstatic right now. He, like I said, bro, I constantly say I want him to prove me wrong. He proved me wrong on this one. I can honestly say I did not think he was going to fire Gattis. I honestly didn't think it. You know what I'm saying? But he did it.
Well.
You feel what I'm saying?
For me, I think also, you got to look at realistic candidates. Obviously everyone wants us to shoot for, I don't know, the moon or whatever. But a lot of these guys, that that they're talking about or putting names out there. Like how realistic would it be for them to actually come back? But also, if they do come back, or also if they do come to Miami, how long would they be at Miami? People, for example, like Dan Mullen. Realistically, if he have one good season, he'll be gone, for another head coaching job or whatever. So I think the next candidate should be someone that, we can actually see being in Miami for multiple years. And I think James Coley would be, one of those candidates. But also, I think Rob Likens, would also be, a candidate that could be, at Miami for multiple years. Plus, like him also having ties with, like the West Coast, Arizona, Texas, those are also areas that we could also, get involved, like recruiting players there. So I think, that could be a good candidate and a name that people may not see as one of the sexier candidates out there, but just look at, the success that we had with Rhett Lashley's offense. And he's been with Lashley for, 4 years now, plus, a great wide receiver coach. And you saw how our receivers looked last year. So just bringing him, and that added aspect, I think would do wonders.
Hey, I not refute anything you said, man. And like you said, James Coley, he does a great job. He did a great job of getting everybody involved in the offense. You feel what I'm saying? And that's one of the best traits you can have as an OC and a play caller, getting everybody involved in the game plan. You know what I'm saying? Because one drive, it may be the tight end that was targeted because he knows he exploited weaknesses. Like just think back when we played against. A lot of people don't understand this. When we was under Al Golden, we only got blew out one time against those Florida State teams. Every other game was close. They made a comeback because of the defense. You know what I'm saying? The defense was trash. You feel what I'm saying? We put up points. We just couldn't stop them. We couldn't stop Dalvin Cook. You feel what I'm saying? Like we couldn't stop Dalvin Cook. So I fully agree with. I like both of those guys.
You can't have this OC that's coming in being arrogant because obviously I don't know Gattis, but just
seems like he had arrogant personality, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just hearing, like for example, how he talked to like Keyshawn Smith and some of the other players, like call them trash and stuff like that. I mean, you got to be someone who is people oriented. And I mean, James Coley, me knowing him personally, I know he's like that. And I think, with
you got the players got to want to play for you.
Yeah, and
why you think they left?
Exactly, and why they went to SMU? Like those players, they went back to Lastly, they went back to Likens, like people that they actually know and know that's, hey, they're going to put me in position to actually make plays. Because, I mean, as a student athlete, at the end of the day, everybody want to get to the NFL, and they know,
Yep.
man, if I stay, at Miami with this offense, and I don't know how long this guy is going to be there, I mean, yeah, I'm limiting my chances as far as making it to the league. And I mean, yeah, it was a smart decision, for people like Keyshawn Smith and, Romello Brinson and, like Rooster to go out there at SMU. And I'm sure, they're going to be shining next year when they, when they actually play.
I want to kind of, you had made a statement. I want to kind of, you know what I'm saying? I want to kind of piggyback on something you said. I forgot what you had said. But what was guys like you said, Dan Mullen, you don't know if he'll stay here but 1 year. I think you would get Dan Mullen. I don't think you get any good OC for more than 2 or 3 years. Any good coordinator, unless you just Kirby Smart or something like that, or the guys that were, Tony Alford, all those guys that was at, Clemson. It has to be worthwhile. You have to pay them good enough, to not to leave. But of course, if the right situation comes, they're gonna take, they're gonna take a head coaching job. But I think with Dan Mullen,
I'm all in favor of actually, like Dan Mullen or even Scott Frost, those type of guys. But I do know that, I do feel that they would be here for maximum 1 or 2 years, and then we're back to square one, trying to find another OC once again,
But this is the thing. I don't think you will, though, because those guys have coaching trees. You got to think about Heupel. What Heupel came from?
Yeah. Well, he came from Oklahoma.
USC. He was with Scott Frost, right?
You mean Heupel at Tennessee?
Yeah. When Scott Frost?
I know he was a quarterback at Oklahoma at one point.
Let's see.
I don't know if he was under Scott Frost or not, but I know he was Let's
see. I may be wrong, but I think he was the OC. I think he was the OC at UCF, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check. I may be wrong.
He was head coach at UCF. He was head coach at UCF, and then he went to Tennessee. Heupel.
Okay, you're right. He wasn't under Scott Frost. You're right. He was the head coach in 2018. He took over for Scott Frost.
Yeah, exactly.
He was with Missouri. He was the offensive coordinator at Missouri.
Yeah. I think also, man,
But I think if you get 2 guys like that, I think you can get some young guys or some people that was been under them for a while that can take over. That it'll be a promotion for them. You know what I'm saying, a young and up and coming that's been with them. Because I'm pretty sure guys like that, they take like GAs and guys that they're trying to groom, they take them with them wherever they go. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think you can get a guy like though, you can get one of those young and up and comers that you talked about, somebody that can run the scheme. You know what I'm saying? You can get them a promotion. It'll be a promotion for them, and then you can get them for 4 to 5 years, and then they can potentially be an OC. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. What I'm worried about, though, and I hope that Mario doesn't do, is bring in this kind of offense that, just want to run and pound, because that's not today's college football. You got to score points. And I do worried about, like having some kind of offense that's similar to what Gattis was running. And then, that's not South Florida and South Florida athletes. I mean, you saw immediately, the effects that Rhett Lashley offense had, with South Florida players. I mean, you got to have someone to run that kind of offense that's going to put, these type of athletes in the right position to actually make plays and be successful. And we got to find someone that's that's going to put points on the board with a wide open offense,
Yeah. You got to be able to score points in today's game, man. So I'm trying to read some of these comments. It doesn't make sense. We have a head coach that also, we have a head coach who is also your wide receiver coach, and wide receivers commit to your system.
Yeah.
James Coley was fired the first drive, starting the game, coming out of halftime. Yep. Lashley offense won't get you a chip. It's pass happy. That's not true. Lashley offense wasn't pass happy.
I disagree, but look, I mean, Mario's building that offensive line. Lashley didn't have that kind of offensive line, that Mario is actually putting together. So imagine, we having, an elite offensive line with a Rhett Lashley type offense. I mean, just imagine what we could actually do with that. And also with Lashley, I mean, in terms of the running game, we had most of our running backs actually hurt. Rooster was pretty much playing, the whole season, because Chaney was hurt. So yeah, we didn't even have a full stable of running backs. So if we have like a solid offensive line and we got an offense that, it doesn't have to be Rhett Lashley offense, but an offense that's wide open. I mean, I think that'll do wonders with South Florida and the athletes that we got. But one other question, Groove. What about wide receiver coach?
Man, wide receiver coach, man. My boy Jay Will just posted one guy that I want as the wide receiver coach if he doesn't become the head, not the head coach, but the OC. I would say James Coley. If we get James, if we get Dan Mullen, you can pair him with a James Coley because he's gonna get you who you want as far as on the recruiting trail.
Yeah.
He's a recruiting monster. Look what he helped build at. Look what he helped do at Texas A&M. Granted, a lot of those guys ain't stay, but he got them on campus. His job is to help get them on campus. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. He did that. If that's not the guy, you go get Kevin Beard. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with Kevin Beard. So I don't think Lashley is not Lashley. I don't think Rob Likens is gonna leave Lashley. I would be okay with Rob Likens coming back. It's some more guys that they threw out. I like Hankerson. I like Hankerson. If we can get him, if he doesn't be put on the job market in the NFL, if you know what I'm saying, if they keep him at the Washington Redskins, I think it's going to be hard to prime him.
San Francisco. No, he has San Francisco.
He at San Francisco now. Is he the receivers coach?
Yeah, he's the receivers.
Why would you leave? Let me ask you a question. Would you leave the 49ers to come coach at Miami?
That'd be
yeah.
Obviously, if it's a pay raise, if it's a pay raise, and just want to get back to South Florida, because he's from Fort Lauderdale,
I get that.
That could be enticing, but I mean, I think it'd be difficult to actually leave the 49ers. But I mean, just look at the 49er receiver plus being on that offense, from Shanahan. I think, man, that'd be very intriguing to actually learn how they actually run things there at the 49ers. So I think, I definitely, if I was Mario, I'd reach out to him and see if it's even a possibility. And, if not, I mean, like you mentioned, Kevin Beard, or even, I don't know, Reggie Wayne, he was a receiver coach last season for Indianapolis. And it doesn't have to be Miami guys, but those are just some of the names that I think, should be considered.
Shout out Jay Blaze. Shout out to my boy Jay Will too, man. But you're making some great points, man. Like I said, bro, if we can get Leonard Hankerson away from the 49ers, I would be all for it. He's a cane at the end of the day. And to be at the coach at the NFL level, bro, you have to be a hell of a coach. So they just not letting anybody coach
in South Florida. I mean, he went to St. Thomas, high school from Fort Lauderdale. I mean, it'll be perfect scenario, if they can bring him back. But also Kevin Beard as well. I mean, when he was at Miami, I mean, and even what he's actually doing right now, still heavily involved in recruiting South Florida. So I think, those are two names that'll be on my priority list if I was Mario.
I got one last question, and I'm gonna let you go so I can read some of these questions. Why do you feel, my boy King Rizzy just said Air Raid don't win championship? Do you feel like is that accurate or inaccurate?
I think that's inaccurate, man. I mean, I think people look at what happened to TCU, and Georgia, and just think that automatically if you run that offense, you won't win a championship. I think, it just wasn't their day. I mean, maybe the moment was just too big for them. But I mean, you definitely need to score points. I mean, look at teams like Tennessee. I mean, you got to score points in today's college football. And if you can't score points, I mean, you shoot yourself in the leg. And that's just my thoughts on it.
Okay, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm finna let my boy Slim Shady Cage
sure.
get the feel, get the stage for a second, man. I appreciate you for jumping on, dog.
Yeah. No doubt, man. All right, take care.
Yes, sir. Shady, what's up, brother?
Well, first off, what he was just commenting on, the comment about air raids don't win championships. They don't, because they never have. An air raid offense has literally never won a championship ever.
So let me ask you a question.
Happened.
So what was LSU and Alabama in 2019 and 2020?
Alabama's run a pro style offense forever.
That's not a pro style offense.
Yes, it is. That power spread is the modern day pro style. It absolutely is, because that's what the majority of NFL teams are running.
So did they win a championship this year?
This year, no.
Okay, what about last year?
They won it in 2020.
And who was the offensive coordinator?
Who was it?
It wasn't O'Brien.
I think it was. I think he's been there that long.
I don't think that was O'Brien, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Steve Sarkisian, wasn't it?
That might have been Sark. Yeah, you could be right.
You feel what I'm saying? And
I may be off by a year.
Yeah, I think they run like a form of the air raid. They threw the ball way more than they ran the ball.
They were run. Sark runs an RPO. Sark is always running RPO.
What did Joe Brady run? What did those guys run when Joe Brady was there?
They ran a spread offense. But okay, it wasn't an air raid, because when you look at the air raid.
So when you hear air raid, because maybe we have two different definitions.
When your running back doesn't run the ball and you're throwing the ball 70+% of the time, that's an air raid offense.
Okay.
By definition.
Got you. Okay.
And LSU was definitely held down by the backfield. I mean, no doubt. There were a couple games they would have lost if it wasn't for that run game. That's why that running back went in the first round to Kansas City.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So like I said, we got two different definitions when I come to when I say air raid, or when I hear air raid, I'm thinking more passing than run. That's what I think.
Like I said, you're pass heavy 70+% of the time.
So LSU was pass heavy. Alabama and LSU was pass heavy 70% of the time. They won championship those years.
No, they weren't. They were both still anchored down by that run game. You have to have a run game in football.
I get that, but you're not. But college football today, you're not winning a championship running the ball first. You got to be able to score points through the air.
Oh, wait a minute. Why aren't you? Georgia kind of disproves that rule twice.
They did that one game. They didn't do that against Ohio State. That's what good coaches do. They adjust to the team. They knew that's
been a run heavy team as long as Kirby Smart's been there. That hasn't changed.
They didn't win a championship until they start throwing the ball.
I mean, literally, what are you talking about? Stetson Bennett had like 2,800 yards last year.
And how many
the year they won their first championship? Excuse me. So that technically would have been year before last.
Hold on.
He had 4,000 this year.
Exactly.
This year they stepped it up, but they still won it with basically just a run game and a defense.
Stetson Bennett. Hold on. Stetson Bennett.
I mean, 2,800 yards. That's Malik Rozier type numbers. That's about what he put up.
Actually, Malik put up over 3,000
once.
He was on. He was the quarterback 2 years, 1 or 2 years.
He was quarterback. I guess you could call it 2 years, but he also saw some action in a third.
All right.
Which is
So
normally how it
2021 he had 185 attempts. I mean 287 attempts, 2,800 yards. You're right. 29 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. 2022 he had 455 passing yards, and that was his first year. And I think that was due to their lack of confidence in them, because I don't even think they wanted JT Barrett to be the quarterback last year for real, and they didn't really have confidence in him. This year they got more confidence.
No, that was even before that.
Not JT Barrett. What's the kid name
Justin
that went
Fields.
to? No. I'm talking the quarterback that they got from USC, JT Daniels.
Oh, JT Daniels. Okay. Well, he got hurt and he stayed hurt. That was his problem.
But that's who they wanted to be the quarterback initially, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But once they gained confidence in him, they let him throw the ball more. He threw the ball 455 times this year.
Yep. Now look at his touchdown interceptions.
4,100 yards passing. That's
look
more
at his touchdown interceptions.
He had 27 touchdowns and 7 interceptions.
Yeah, that puts him outside of the top 15.
They throwing the ball, bro. You got to throw
I mean,
win.
Caleb Williams. I'm not saying you don't have to throw to win. That's not at all what I'm saying. Not even close. But I mean,
like I said, bro, you're entitled to that opinion, bro. It's a lot because, like I said, I talked to my boy Ro earlier, and he felt the same way that you feel. Me personally, I don't think that wins in college football this day and age. I think you have to pass to set up the run now, in which a lot of that's done in the NFL level now. They throwing the ball to run. If you look at the Chiefs, they're throwing the ball to run. He's throwing the ball 70 times a game.
Andy Reid has always thrown the ball, so that's nothing new.
But
Andy Reid's been running the same offense going back to when he had Donovan McNabb with the Eagles.
So you don't think he's adjusting his play calling at all? So you don't think he's throwing the ball more? So if I go back and look at Donovan McNabb numbers at the Eagles, he's gonna have games. He's gonna have games where he's attempted damn near 700 passes in the season.
Oh, sure. I mean, these numbers are nothing new. Dan Marino threw for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns in 1984. These numbers are nothing new.
Got you. I feel you, man. Like I said, you're entitled to that. I disagree. I just think the way of college football now, you got to throw the ball to win. And the last few teams that has made their way through the playoffs threw the ball.
Okay, well, we're not in disagreement there. But everybody's looking at Josh Gattis like he had a run-heavy offense, and it wasn't. Look at the numbers; it's split almost dead even.
What Gattis is it was more than just that, though. It was the fact that his scheme sucked. That was the issue with Gattis. His scheme sucked. He didn't scheme anything open. Nothing was clever about it. Nothing was prolific about his play calling.
This is the problem with the Miami fan base. They want to scheme is the biggest cop-out excuse I have ever heard in my life. This is a bad team.
It's not a bad. So this is my question. Okay, so why was in 2021 the offense was able to do a lot better than 2022 when he's supposed to be a better?
Because they had been running the same offense for 2 years.
So
it's weird how that happens.
Hold on. The offense was better in 2020. The offense was better in 2020. His first year.
Because you had De'Aaron King, who is tailor-made for that offense.
TVD.
That does not. Yes, that was his second year in the offense. I don't understand why this is such a hard concept for people to grasp. It does not.
So you
the
wanted
majority
to keep,
of time.
So you wanted to keep Josh Gattis?
Absolutely, nobody should be fired year one for any reason whatsoever.
So we should.
Because the
So what
majority
about
of the time,
what about Dan
it
Enos?
does not. Dan Enos is making everybody look like a fool.
So we should have kept him.
His numbers speak for themselves.
Answer the question. Should we in
Yes.
2019? So we should have kept. We should have kept.
Absolutely.
Dan Enos in 2019.
Absolutely.
Let's get to something.
People are too quick to fire somebody. That's the problem. Dan Enos has already made Miami look foolish.
Don, thanks for calling in. The offense was different under King.
Yeah, King was tailor-made for the RPO that Rhett Lashley runs. That offense is tailor-made for a dual-threat quarterback.
So why was TVD? So why did TVD flourish in it then?
Because he spent 2 seasons in it running it.
So
This is
why
what I'm
Mario
talking
fired?
about. Y'all
So
want everybody. He caved to fan pressure like most places do.
So why did Mario fire him?
Because he caved to fan pressure like most places do. They know it doesn't normally work out year one, but you can't tell nobody in the fan base that.
So why Sonny? So question. So why was Sonny Dyke and Garrett Riley
You want to base the rule off the exception? Really? That is the exception to the rule.
So hold on. That's why you wrong at. So why was Lincoln Riley?
No, it's not where I'm wrong. Look at Nick Saban in Alabama. Look at Kirby Smart in Georgia. Most of the time, you are terrible year one. That's just the way it goes.
So why was
you have exceptions to the rule?
Hold on. So why was year one Rhett Lashley able to come in and change our offense just like that? Why was we better offensively year one under Rhett Lashley than Dan Enos? I'm waiting for your answer, bro.
I already told you that answer. Because they brought in a quarterback tailor-made for that offense.
So why didn't Josh Gattis bring in a quarterback? Why didn't they bring in the quarterback then? Why didn't he get the quarterback, his backup quarterback at Michigan? Why didn't he bring him with him? If that's the case.
I think TVD can run that offense just fine. Nobody's going to have success behind that offensive line.
But Lashley
you want to just Lashley had hang on. Lashley had an offensive line full of seniors.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, every offensive lineman was a senior last year. What are you talking about?
The starting left tackle was Zion Nelson.
Yes, and he's the only one.
Jalen Rivers.
Corey Gaynor was a graduate transfer.
And he got his position took by
UNC.
And he got his position took by Clark. That's why he transferred to North Carolina. Your right guard was I think it was Scaife. No. Your left guard was Navon Donaldson. Your right guard was Rivers, and your right tackle was Scaife.
When you lose your center,
Ja'Clyde Clark was your starter.
When you lose your right tackle, and then on top of it, we were down to third string center, fourth string left guard. By the time we got into this season, who's going to have success behind that?
Happened last year.
Nobody.
Jalen Rivers got hurt in 2021. John Campbell was out for the whole season. Like what are we talking about, bro?
And Zion was out this whole season.
Zion, bro. Like I said, man, I respect your opinion, man, but I just disagree. I disagree.
I don't see. I think you're taking too simple approach to it, and I don't think Gattis is some world beater. My whole thing is I just wouldn't have fired him because I don't have enough. No, we wouldn't have.
We would have went 5-7 again with Josh Gattis. You can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Slim, but you can't.
You have absolutely no evidence to back that up. None.
It's Middle Tennessee. Should not keep a coach.
Answer me this. Answer me this. Is it Josh Gattis' fault that receivers are out there running into each other?
Hold on.
Answer my question.
I'm going to ask you a question when I finish my statement.
I've answered bunches of yours.
Okay. Well, okay, but I don't want to be that guy. But okay, let me finish my statement. Then I promise I'm gonna answer your question. Okay, you can't not put up 30 points against Middle Tennessee State and be kept. You can't put up 0 points against Pittsburgh and be kept. You can't go 10 quarters without scoring a touchdown and be kept. You can't go.
Yes, you can.
You can't go. You cannot score against Clemson and be kept. You can't not score against Texas A&M and be kept. You can't.
What are you talking about? Didn't score against Clemson. Did you watch the game?
What was the score against Clemson?
They scored 14. We're fixing to put up 21 when Garcia who was it threw that pick in the fourth quarter? God, I was there watching it. I think it was Garcia.
They scored 10 points They scored 10 points. They scored 10 points. They scored a touchdown at the end of the game.
Okay, that's fine. But you're also you're skating over what I originally said. I don't care what they do year one.
But that's the issue. Year one matters.
Okay,
year
and guess what?
Matters.
Year one's not going to matter next year
bro.
either, unless you get the exception to the rule. Unless you get the exception to the rule, they're going to have a shit year again next year.
Listen to this. You said okay, and I'm asking you a question. You said the receivers was running into each other, right? Who was the wide receivers coach?
What does that have to do with the price of eggs in China?
Who was the
wide
receivers
coach? Hang on. You think he coached them to go run into each other, run to the same spot? See, that's the problem. People don't want to blame the players for anything. Guess what? These players are doing plenty of screwing up on their own.
I agree. Players play, coaches coach. But let me ask you a question. Who do you fault for the game against North Carolina when they ran up all them yards? Who do you blame?
Who would I blame? Oh, I would blame Jalen Rivers. Who do you blame
for that loss against North Carolina?
I would blame the two defensive ends that overran every single play that night. Because it was clear. It was clear as day what they were doing. Not only do coaches have to make adjustments, players have to make adjustments. And if the players don't adjust, that's their fault.
Gotcha. Well, man, but I appreciate, man. Like I said, we'll agree to disagree on this one, man. I got some more guys that want to get on here. Slim Shady, as always, man. Problem. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man, for jumping on. We agree to disagree, but I respect your opinion and how you feel, brother.
I got you, boss. Hey, I ain't mad at nobody for their opinion either. Yours is yours, sir. Mine's mine.
Yes, sir. We are, at the end of the day, we just want to win games.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day. Appreciate you for jumping on, my man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, shout outs to Slim Shady, man. Great guy, great call. We'll agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying, on this one, man. Let's get to some of these questions, man. And I'm going to get up out of here. The scheme they run, Midwest, don't necessarily work in South Florida. If a coach don't know how to adjust, it won't work. Exactly. Let me go. I got to go back up. So, got a lot of questions. Thanks for calling in. This guy doesn't know what we're talking about. I respect Slim mind, man, but I just don't agree with him. I ain't gonna hang up on the brother, man. I ain't gonna hang up on him. Yes, sir. Don't forget, Gattis don't know his personnel. Yep, you got to know your personnel as an OC. Lashley was an upgrade over Enos. Yes, point blank, period. Sterling, you funny. Bring back Lashley. He ain't coming back, bro. He a head coach. Some people don't understand. For action, have you ever played? I ain't even gonna get into that, brother. Shout out to my guy. Gattis is getting fired because he didn't produce. Exactly. He didn't produce. He wasn't worth the money we gave him. King and TVD were two different quarterbacks. Lashley adjusted, which Gattis wasn't able to do. Exactly. That's the whole point I'm saying. He adjusted. You have to be able to adjust to your personnel. All the great coaches do it. All the great coordinators do it. Sterling, you crazy. Who was Tyree? What happened with Tyree? Gattis didn't bring in no position. Facts. Miami-Dade. I agree with Slim Shady. That's fine. This guy comical. None of the plays we ran for TVD will run with King because he couldn't throw like TVD. Exactly. Back to reading these comments. Lashley's system constantly put the defense in bad place. That's not true. That's not true at all. Our offensive line was hurt last year. It was no run game. We couldn't score a touchdown. We need another big O-line. I think he's gonna bring some more guys in on that also. Gattis just wasn't a good fit. He will be going to be successful as well. He needs to go in the back of the Big Ten. I think he would do good at Iowa. He's the receivers coach. Yep, Slim, stop, man. Facts TVD was better armed than King. The scheme they run, Midwest, National, South, yep, it won't work. Offensive coordinator, exactly. I've never seen where the OC was the wide receivers coach and not the quarterbacks coach. That was a weird marriage from the jump. And that let you know that he wasn't the right hire from the jump. There are multiple exceptions. Ask him if he ever played. They were the weak link on the team. Yes, they were this year. And there was a strength the year prior. He said year one don't matter. Yeah, that's why he lost me at. Honestly, when you say year one don't matter, it's like, come on, bro. Like, nah. Year one definitely matters. No coach want to lose year one. No, who was the blame for? Facts. But Slim, no receiver wants to play. Exactly. We wasn't getting no recruits because of Gattis. As far as receivers are concerned, Gattis couldn't adjust. Brother Jay Blaze. Scheme and play selection, two different things. Good OC must understand his personnel, scheme, play selection, down and distance important as well. Exactly. You got to know who and when to get what players the ball. You got to know when to target. Each game is different. Each game should dictate who's the go-to guy. And with Lashley, you saw that. We saw certain games where we was getting roosted the ball out the backfield. We saw certain games where we were getting the tight end involved more. You had some games where we was targeting Rambo and Harley and different things of that nature. You feel what I'm saying? Or like even with King, we would let King do more QB runs because he adjusted. He seen the weaknesses of the defense. Gattis didn't do that. He failed to do that shit on multiple occasions this year, and that's why we was 5-7. Only thing that this fan agrees on the fact that we constantly compete for a national championship. He's a weird. I ain't gonna talk about my guy like that. Gattis is food. Yes, man. Gattis a DB. He was a DB. If Miami going to be able to compete with Brian Hartline for receivers in recruiting, he must bring in Kevin Beard. Hey, I don't disagree. Rooster scored 11 touchdowns in 8 games. I rest my case. Hey, he did do that. Hey, man, I'm at an hour and 20 minutes, man. It was a great show today. Appreciate everybody that tapped in. But I'm about to get ready to go. You feel what I'm saying? So please hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. You feel what I'm saying? Me and my boy A Black, we supposed to do a show later on. You know, we got a big draft coming up on our show. And we also going to talk about, I want to get his opinion on, you know what I'm saying, the Gattis firing. And, you know what I'm saying, we're going to chop it up again on some of the topics. And we're going to shoot the link also again in the chat. So whoever want to tap in can tap in. You feel what I'm saying? But later on today, we will be doing our draft, A Black against Groov. We got our draft. We're going to do it live. You know what I'm saying? Our 7-on-7 teams, we're going to do our draft live. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, I don't know who he's going to pick, so it's going to be new to me. So we're going to do a coin toss to see who go first. You know what I'm saying? And we also, you know what I'm saying, we got our poll. If you go to my Twitter handle right here and vote, you got we are going head to head with one fan that sent us his 7-on-7 squad that against the one that me and Black put together. Please vote on it. We didn't say who team was what because we wanted to be fair. So please go on my profile and it's pinned to my page and you will see it. Make a vote on who you think has the better 7-on-7 squad. And tonight, me and my boy Black is gonna go. We're gonna go head to head. We're gonna do a draft, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna post that link on my page, and we're gonna you're gonna do the poll votes, and we're gonna do it for 3 or 4 days, and then we're gonna see who won on our next show after that. You feel what I'm saying? So again, I want to thank everybody for tapping in, bro. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that came on and chopped it up with me. I respect all these guys' opinions. You know what I'm saying? So please, if you haven't, hit that like button and help me and my boy Black get up to 1,000 subscriptions before August, so we can start to kind of monetize on some of this material, man. But we're okay. Let me Sterling, what's up, brother? Last question. Stigma about South Florida players aren't the sharpest in the tube, but great athlete. Do we? I don't think that's true, bro. I don't think that's true. I mean, if you overcomplicate anything with people, it's gonna be a longer adjustment period for them to grasp it. I don't think football is as hard as people make it out to be. You know what I'm saying? And the best players are players that doesn't have to think a lot. They can just play. You feel what I'm saying? So football ain't that hard. People make it hard. Football is not that hard, bro. Football is not that hard. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. You can easily put a scheme together and get people open. And you know what I'm saying? So I have to disagree that, you know what I'm saying, you don't need a super overly complex offense to be successful. Boom. But like I said, man, I'm out of this thing. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, tell a Kane to tell a Kane, and I'm out this thing. Peace. Yes, sir.